Hi, boys and girls. I'm reading to you from my back deck, and one of the reasons I decided to do it, besides it being a beautiful day outside, is Nevaeh had wondered, what is a grapevine? And I wanted to show you what a grapevine is. See these long sticks, and they go on and on. These are vines, and I built the trellises above it on the second level, so I'm going to give you a little look at it. It goes all the way around the deck, and those are all grapevines. And you're really pretty lucky because you're going to get to see them leaf out before the end of the school year. And it's a great place to read my favorite book, The Story of Ferdinand by Munro. Once upon a time in Spain, there was a little bull, and his name was Ferdinand. All the other little bulls he lived with would run and jump and put their heads together. See them playing, having so much fun. But not Ferdinand. He just liked to sit quietly and smell the flowers. Birds hang out in the vines too. He had a favorite spot out in the pasture under a cork tree. It was his favorite tree, and he would sit in its shade all day and smell flowers. Sometimes his mother, who was a cow, would worry about him. She was afraid he would be lonesome all by himself. Moms worry a lot. "Why don't you run and play with the other little bulls and skip and butt your head?" she would say. But Ferdinand would shake his head. "I like it better here, where I can just quietly sit and smell the flowers." His mother saw that he was not lonesome, and because she was an understanding mother, even though she was a cow, she let him sit there and just be happy. All the other bulls who had grown up with him in the same pasture would fight each other all day. They would butt each other and stick each other with their horns. What they wanted most of all was to be picked to fight in the bullfights of Madrid. But not Ferdinand. He still liked to sit just quietly under the cork tree and smell the flowers. He was different. One day, 5 men came in very funny hats to pick the biggest and the fastest and the roughest bull to fight in the bullfights in Madrid. Here they are again. They look pretty tough, don't they? Or silly, I'm not sure. Airplane. All the other bulls ran around snorting and butting and leaping and jumping, so when the men would think that they were very, very strong and fierce, they would pick them. Look at them showing off. They look pretty impressive. Ferdinand knew that they wouldn't pick him, and he didn't care. No. He went out to his favorite cork tree to sit down. He didn't look where he was sitting, though, and instead of sitting on the nice cool grass in the shade, he sat on a bumblebee. He sat on a bumblebee. Ooh. Well, if you were a bumblebee and a bull sat on you, what would you do? You would just sting him. And that's just what the bee did to Ferdinand. Ooh. The 5 men saw him, and they all said, "Wow! Did that hurt?" Ferdinand jumped up with a snort. He ran, puffing and snorting and butting and pawing the ground as if he were crazy. He's going crazy because of that bee sting. When those 5 men saw him, they shouted with joy. There was the largest and the fiercest bull of all, just the one for the bullfights in Madrid. Look at them. They're like, ooh, ah, look at that bull. So they took him away for the bullfight in a cart. I don't know how he feels about that. What a day it was. Flags were flying, bands were playing. It was a real celebration. And all the lovely ladies had flowers in their hair. Ooh la la. They had a parade into the bull ring. First came the bandoleros with long sharp pins with ribbons on them to stick in the bull and make him mad. Here they are with their sticks and pins. Next came the picadores, who rode skinny horses, and they had long spears to stick in the bull and make him even madder. Oh dear. Oh, that doesn't look very good. Oh, you feeling kind of bad for Ferdinand right now? I know I am. Then came the matador, the proudest of all. He thought he was very handsome, and he bowed to the ladies. He had a red cape and a sword and was supposed to stick the bull last of all. Here he is. Isn't he impressive? Then the bull came, and you know who it was, right? Oh, poor Ferdinand. They called him Ferdinand the Fierce, and all the bandoleros were afraid of him, and the picadores were afraid of him, and the matador was scared stiff. Ferdinand ran to the middle of the ring, and everyone shouted and clapped because they thought he was going to fight fiercely and butt and snort and stick his horns around. But not Ferdinand. You knew that was coming, right? When he got to the middle of the ring, he saw the flowers in all the lovely ladies' hair, and he just sat down quietly and he smelled. He wouldn't fight and be fierce no matter what they did. He just sat and smelled. And the bandoleros were mad, and the picadores were madder, and the matador was so mad he cried because he couldn't show off with his cape and sword. He cried? What? So they had to take Ferdinand home. I bet he liked that. I'm just glad he didn't get hurt. And for all I know, he's sitting there still under his favorite cork tree, smelling the flowers just quietly.